Right guys, it's Capgun Tom here and welcome to an absolutely monstrous squad builder on my channel today. Now I wasn't planning to do a squad builder at all today, but I built this team this morning, started playing with it and I couldn't stop. I was having the most fun I've had on FIFA in absolutely ages. Now, why was I having so much fun? I was destroying everyone I came across. It was ridiculous. I won 10 out of 10 games, as you can see on screen by my record, and not only was I winning all my games, either my opponents were rage quitting or I was getting at least 5 goals per game. I scored 5 goals in every game I played as long as the opponent hadn't rage quit. That's absolutely ridiculous, you know. This team is unbelievable. I've used a lot of very good teams on this game. I mean, I've got my Wage Wars team. I love that thing to pieces. And I won Wage Wars with it. I play it with it for all my wagers. And that doesn't even come close to this. This thing is on another level. Now, it is quite expensive, so if you need to buy some Ultimate Team coins, go check out fetcoinking.com. Their link will be down in the description. A fast, cheap, and reliable coin service. And use code CAP5 at checkout for a discount. Now, it does have legends in it. I have to say sorry to you PS users, but this thing is unbelievable. You might even want to go and get yourself an Xbox just so you can play with it because it is just ridiculous. It comes in around about 2.5 million coins. And the reason that I built it, why did I build such an expensive squad? I don't usually build expensive squads, but this one, I had a reason. Now, there's a channel called Footsie 100. I'll put a link to that down in the description. And effectively, what they do on this channel is they count down the top 100 players on Ultimate Team, and they give them a points per game ratio. So they have a stat tracker that tracks all of the stats of all the players that are getting played with on Ultimate Team, and they give them a points per game ratio, and that's based on their assists and the number of goals by the number of games they've played. So, basically, they can count down and they can see exactly who is statistically the best player on Ultimate Team. So they did the top 100 goal players and then they did the top 40 legends. And I was like, okay, time to try and build myself a real team with a couple of legends in it. Because, you know, I haven't used legends all that often. And I decided that I wouldn't use number 1 on the Footsie 100's top 40 legends. That's because it's Pele and it would cost me 15 million coins. And to be honest, who has that many coins? No one. So I thought, you know what, we'll take number 2 and 3 from the countdown. And those 2 players are going to be Hernan Crespo and then Van Nistelrooy. I think Crespo came in second and Van Nistelrooy came in third. Very close between the 2 of them, and they weren't far behind Pele. So I put these 2 in a squad, and oh my god, they are disgusting together. It is just, it's like shooting fish in a barrel really. You just cannot fail to score with these players. It is ridiculous. Anyway, on the Footsie 100, they managed to get a score of 1.335 for Van Nistelrooy, and Crespo managed to get a score of 1.336. Now, if we have a look at the stats for these 2 players, you can see that Van Nistelrooy, who got the 1.335, managed to get 13 goals in 10 games and 5 assists. That's pretty special because that's a 1.8. I managed to get him to have a 1.8 ratio or points per game record as the Footsie work out on that one player. So I managed to exceed what he was supposed to. Not only that, but Crespo was doing exactly the same thing. He got 14 goals and 4 assists. So he, again, 1.8 record or points per game ratio. Absolutely ridiculous. These 2, like, it's like me having 2 Ibrahimovics from Path to Paris up front. It's just ridiculous. They both score so many goals and get so many assists that it's just unfair to your opponents. Anyway, once I had those 2 in the squad, I had to go away and start building the rest of the team. Now, I decided that I wanted to try and get this team to not have handicap. I do believe in handicap. I know I shouldn't, but I do. I honestly don't like playing a full team with really high-rated players because it just doesn't play well when it should. So I've put a couple of silver players into this team to sort of balance it out and make it a little bit less highly rated, I guess. So at the left mid position, we are going to be using Team of the Season Depay. Now, he's about 500,000 coins. Van Nistelrooy was about 999,000 coins, and I think Crespo was about 800k. So, quite an expensive squad, as you can see, probably coming in at around about 2.5 mil. So, Depay, fantastic player, really good. Would recommend him. His shot power is ridiculous. Didn't get as many goals as I was hoping. I was expecting him to get a few, but he did get quite a few assists, which was nice to see. Then at left back, to get him on full chemistry, we're going to be using a silver left back, and that silver left back is going to be Van Aanholt. Now, most of you will be like, why aren't you using the informed version of him? Well, because the Team of the Season Depay came out, his price has shot up. It's gone from like 100k to 250k, and I was just like, it's not worth it. You know, he's a left back. What's he going to do that's going to be that special? So there you go. Van Aanholt, his regular card goes into the team. He's still worth about 6k on his own anyway. Okay, and then we can move on to the rest of the team. Now, I wanted someone who could cross because obviously these two players are pretty tall. So I wanted the best crosser on the game, and the best crosser on the game is actually Team of the Season Suseta. So he goes into the team. Not only is he the best crosser, he's also very quick, gets up the wing perfectly well, and yeah, as I said, he is a fantastic crosser. So a lot of the goals that I scored with this team were from headers. I tried to get rid of as many of the headers as I could from the clip section of this video, so you won't see too many headers, but a lot of the goals were scored with headers, but equally a lot of the goals were scored with feet as well. Now, to get Suseta onto full chemistry, I had to use his teammate, and he's not brilliant, but, you know, he does the job. You know, it's Iriolola. Now, you're thinking, oh, why are you using a non-rare gold? But if you look at it, you know, he's actually got better stats, roughly, than Van Aanholt. He's just slower. So it's not like a big deal for me. I can quite happily use him at that right back position, especially when Suseta is doing so much work up front. Now, in the centre mid position, we're going to be using another legend. We're going to be using Effenberg. Now, he's fantastic. I used him as a CD or a centre mid because I wanted someone defensive. Now, you're probably thinking, you know, I think he defaults as a cam, but really, he's more of a defensive mid because he has a high defensive work rate and a medium attacking work rate, but he is still fantastic, and he has a really good shot on him, and just all round an absolute beast. One of the better players in this team as well. Then at the other centre mid position, we're going to be using Goetze. Really strong player. Now, the reason I'm using Goetze is because I wanted to get Neuer in goal. Neuer is an absolute beast. We all know that, and you can see that I'm going to have to go for Bayern Munich for the rest of the team, and by doing that, I'll be able to have Neuer in net, and, you know, I won't have any problems at the back. You know, I don't want a goalkeeper or have to compromise and have a shite goalkeeper just so I can have, you know, I don't know, stronger midfields or whatever. Okay, so finally, to finish this team off, we're going to have the centre-backs, and the first one is going to be upgraded Boateng, and then the other one is actually going to be a silver player. As I said, wanted to get as many silver players in this team without weakening the overall power of it. And we're using Kirchhoff. You can see he goes into the team. Fantastic player. Everyone's on full chemistry. Team's absolutely fantastic. Go try it out, I beg you. It is unbelievable. If I come up against you and I'm using this team, be scared, because I'm going to absolutely shat on you. And I can say that with 100% confidence because I have yet to lose with it. So there you go, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. But other than that, I'm going to have to leave it there. And I will see you all next time.